You are live. Hello and welcome. 93 days to go. We're under the hundreds. That's when it gets scary. Thoughts, feelings, concerns?
It's not a long time, is it? It's not a long time.
Now that it's under 100.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
No. Not yet, no.
Are you panicked?
I don't think so.
Oh, well, that's a good and a bad thing, because it would be good if you were, because there's still time to do something about it. It's still 3 months. It's bad if you're not, because time's ticking, and
Yeah.
then soon it's not long until there's not long enough to do something about it.
Yeah.
But if you feel fine, I mean, that's part of what we'll look at today. Today we're looking at 3 things. So we'll do the usual training report. We'll start with that. Yeah, it seems like it might be a quick one, as usual.
No, that's
Not
not fair.
today. Not today. Will be nice. Maybe.
Because you
And
hadn't trained until today, and as
Oh,
Rebecca
yeah.
points out,
Let's
everyone
get
gets let off when you're not training. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, although I looked at that, my last run was like a week ago, so I did have a week off,
yeah.
which is not that long.
Oh,
And
if I take a day off, I get it in the ear. You take a week, he's silent, Dad. None of us notice he's silent and everything. Dad messages today, oh, I don't know whether to go swimming or not. And Alex goes, yeah, don't worry if you miss it. I've missed a week. And I was like, oh, we haven't heard about that, have we?
well, the week that I missed, I timed it really well because it was like I think I had 2 rest days in that week. So actually, I got 2 green ticks still in the week, despite missing the rest of them.
But did you really? Did you have proper rest? I don't think so.
No.
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 No. Maybe on one of the days it was forced rest.
No, yeah, sleeping a hangover off doesn't count as a rest day.
Well, I still gave myself the green ticks.
93 days is one way to look at it. I like the way, I don't know if it's Alex or Ben that looks at it in terms of calculating if you go swimming twice a week, how many swims I've got left.
Yeah.
Because 93 days to Kanoka, I don't know how many days, but 5 weeks is it to our one in Luxembourg. So
No,
if I swim out open water once a week, I've only got 5 swims. So if I miss today, I've only got 4 swims. And then you start thinking, okay, I can't miss that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. What's Rosie got to say about that?
She says, just do it. That was the squeak, translating the squeaks.
So yeah, training report number 1, number 2, and 3 are connected. We'll do your report card. So we kicked off the series with your current state, where we think you're at. So it's time for an update there, see if it's moved or how we're feeling. And then today we talk about your race plan. So looking at kind of estimating the times and seeing where it lies and where might be the focus needed in the next 93 days.
Wait, I'm going to turn my light on 2 seconds.
Okay. Yeah, 93 days is 13 weeks. So if you're swimming twice a week, then you have 26 swims-ish, because probably in the last week you lose one.
That's all right.
It's all right when you swim twice a week.
Yes. Well, do you want to go on to that?
Yeah, go on.
Well, actually, that's what I was just trying to find, because I don't have my not at home, do I? I don't have my piece of paper and I've not updated it on my computer. So actually, we're in week 4, right? That shows how closely I'm following my training plan. I believe we're in week 4. So last week, well, as always, is meant to be 1 bike, 1 run, 2 swims. And I did 2 swims. And that's
Well
it.
done.
That's all I did. But there were circumstances. It was my time. It was my time of the month. Nothing else was happening. So I did my swims. I thought that was very good. This week, new week, we're in Thursday, but that doesn't matter. We've done 1 run. And Saturday and Sunday, I'm doing my swims. And that's it.
Do you know where you're swimming on Saturday?
Yeah, in the sea.
Oh, really?
What do you mean?
Well, I won't be there yet.
Yeah, I'll get Ben to go out with me or something.
You're flying tomorrow,
Nice.
are you?
Saturday morning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
It's like 29 degrees there.
I'm a bit worried about that, yeah, because you're going to swim there for a week, and then when you come to Belgium, you say, "Oh, let's go open water swimming," and you're going to go, "I ain't swimming in that shit." I don't need a
Where are
wetsuit.
the
I need
fish?
a full dive suit. I
Yeah.
can't see the bottom.
yeah. Yeah, that's very true actually. My standards are quite high, aren't they?
They will be.
Yeah. But I can't get a bike in. I was thinking maybe I'll try another run, but let's see. I've done my run, I'll do my swims, missing the bike. And then I think next week Ben says he has his bike, so maybe I'll be able to do that, but let's see.
You've got to test first if you're using Ben's bike because it's got a puncture.
He's probably taken it there with the puncture as well.
Yeah, that's what he said he was doing. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
I think it's one of those things, and a kit or some tubes. He's got some tubes as well to replace. But I suppose when you're there, you've got the time to do it, right?
Yeah.
Or Alex will fix it.
Yeah.
Rebecca as part of her training.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true actually.
So yeah. So let's rewind because I was told off for not doing my swims, which were the most important sessions. And we've reversed that, and the swims are getting done as of now. Let's
Good
see
job.
this
Have you
week.
sorted out your watch to work out the distance, though? Because you're still a bit
No.
confused with that, no?
Yeah, it's not really changing.
But you know how far you're going because you're counting the lengths.
Yeah, now I'm counting. But that's
At least
also
the beginning, right?
Huh?
Counting the whole time or like average then?
Well, counting the whole time, but you do get a bit lost, so I always do like an extra 2 in case I've missed 2 or added 2.
Okay,
But
that's quite accurate.
What?
If you think you're doing it that well that it's only 2, I would be 16 off at least.
No, but that's the thing that's now confused. I really have had to train my mind to think about nothing else. Like I have to constantly count as I'm going up and down. But that's the thing, like talking about, well, we're going to go into it, but that's the thing that's now confusing me because I reckon in a session I'm doing like at least 40 lengths, which, wait.
1,000.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, that's all right. Like, I'm really quite all right when I'm doing that. So then I start questioning, like, maybe it wasn't 40 lengths. Maybe I've completely got my maths wrong. Not even maths, my counting wrong. It's very strange.
How do like the 40 that you're doing, is that continuous?
Yeah. So normally what I do,
like it's touch the side and straight off to the other.
Yeah.
Okay.
Normally I do a few breaststrokes to like get in and I don't count them. But the 40 that I'm reporting on Strava is literally continuous front crawl. And then like normally I have 8 or so lengths, like 4 at the beginning, 4 at the end, where I'm like, or maybe in the middle sometimes where I'm like resting, but I'm still swimming, aren't I? So yeah,
What kind of swimming?
breaststroking.
Yeah, if you don't move your arms, sometimes that confuses the watch. But yeah, are you sure it's a 25-meter pool?
Yeah, I checked online.
Mm.
And the first length I always do, it calculates that, and then it gets a bit stuck. So
Weird. Have you looked
yeah.
online about the watch?
Yeah.
Yeah, we both had a look.
And
Other
the thing
people
I
Did
report
you
the same
lock the
problems.
screen and stuff?
Yeah, locked the screen. The next time, actually, interestingly, I did it unlocked and it seemed to be counting better. But then I think it's like as soon as I stop for like a second, it just counts all my rest time and doesn't seem to go back. But the thing that
I
I
wonder
think
if
I'll
you have to push
try.
a button or something to like restart
No.
to tell it that you've stopped pausing.
No, because I tried. It's not a proper. It's not pausing the workout. It's just counting my rest time. But I've reset Luca's watch now to the proper because I didn't know. So I don't know. Actually, that was last week. So last week I took both Luca's Garmin watch and my watch, and I had them on both wrists to swim to see what they said.
It doesn't count twice.
And Luca's watch was useless, but because I hadn't set that it's a 25-meter pool and I didn't know how to do it when I was there, so I'm curious when I go back to Spain to use his watch to see if that will be better now, but I won't know for a month. So,
or you can try mine in Croatia because
yeah.
I know mine's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm just very curious to like put on a watch that.
Why are you laughing?
Is that good? You know when you've swum too little in an Ironman, or But
Yeah,
you will go. Well, we might go to the pool here as well, right?
Yeah.
And then we can.
But that's like gonna be the test for me. If either like, oh yeah, that's why I'm pretty chill because I'm like, if it is really, if I'm doing the distance that I think I am, I'm like, oh. But if it turns out that I'm doing like 400 meters, then I'm very worried. But I don't know.
We'll figure that out next week anyway.
Yeah.
I can also time you.
Yeah.
If you're doing 440 lengths and you think it's that's 10-meter lengths.
Well, yeah, no, it's just.
You should have an idea of whether it's a 10-meter pool or a 25-meter
No,
pool.
no, it's definitely a 25-meter pool.
And there's other people swimming there as well, are there?
Yeah.
Proper
Kids
swimming, not just
floats
splashing around.
Yes. Yes, probably.
It's not in somebody's villa.
No. But I did have kind of like a very interesting. I think I was messaging you, Alex. Oh no, maybe not. I don't know if it was last week. Something happened from like 30 minutes onwards, and I just really got into it. Like something clicked, and I was like, "Oh, I'll just try like 4 lengths without stopping." And I kept going, and I think I did like 20, 30 lengths, and that was the longest session. I think I was going for an hour because I was like, "This feels so good." Like with my breathing, like everything was just suddenly working, and I was like, "Well, I'm not gonna stop." And since then, like every time I've got in has been quite good. So
good.
We'll see. This is going to be so
It doesn't
funny.
happen every time.
No, because to give context, maybe to anyone who is listening, the next week I'm going to be in Croatia with Ben and Alex. So I'm here in this episode, like, yeah, everything's going really well. The next episode is going to be like, what is she doing? Like, she can't swim. Yeah.
She turns her length. She turns around halfway in the 25.
Yeah.
So what? That doesn't count.
Yeah. So, yeah.
All right. It's gonna look weird for 1 second. Do you see the scorecard?
Yeah, with a big arrow.
Yeah, because
that was
remember,
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, that was from 25th of April. So you'll go first, Rebecca. Tell us where you think you're at. You put yourself here last time.
Okay.
Do you
Does your
feel
TV very loud again?
yeah.
Very loud. I would put myself. I would put myself underneath Jean.
Up here?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I can only judge based on what you're telling us. I think I'd also go similar,
Oh,
but I'm staying a bit behind you until I see it for real.
of course. Because I've also given you my times, haven't I?
You've also what?
I gave you my approximate time of a length or of 100 meters.
Yeah, do you remember what that was?
Well, actually, it was a bit worrying because that was very close to the cutoff.
No, I don't think it was.
Wait, I'll get it. Dad, you can put me somewhere.
No, I can't because I've got questions for you.
Oh, go on.
So, how far do you have to go in the race?
1,500.
What's the furthest you've gone so far?
Probably around 1,100, 200 maybe.
And you haven't done open water yet?
No.
Okay, so maybe I'm a bit to the left of Alex.
You were one of those upside down ones. I can't remember which one last time.
Yeah.
So improvement across the board. Good start.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd be a bit further. I wouldn't be that mean. Getting into amber is good. You've still got plenty of weeks left, but yeah, get up to the distance now. Well, sort out your bloody watch and get up to distance. Yeah.
Well, I've got the times, or do we want to do that afterwards?
We'll do that after. That's part of the race plan.
Okay.
Although that might affect it. Yeah, give us one.
Well, it was 100 meters in approximately 4 minutes. 3 minutes.
Yeah, 3 minutes, you said.
And
Because
you
4
said
minutes is the cutoff.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I'm going a bit that way.
No. No.
Well, you've got open water. It depends how you handle it, but you've got the wetsuit benefits as well, and you've still got plenty of time. So it's not green because you're not smashing it, but you head 2 times a week, you're heading in the right direction.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good improvement if you look at mine from there.
And that's just 4 weeks in, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that?
A bit over.
Okay.
5 weeks. Okay. On the bike.
Well, I haven't been now on the bike for 2 weeks. So actually I've only done one bike race. But yeah, I feel the same, to be honest. It was easy. I shouldn't say that. It was good.
So you're staying in the same place?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'm also staying in the same place. Based on that you were fine, so you should still be fine, but you're not improving. Not yet.
No.
Yeah, I was the upside down one. Probably about the same, yeah.
Around
But
here.
you've done, what's the furthest you've cycled?
I think I did 60, but the most recent one I did was 40.
And that's what you've got to do, isn't it? 40 or 45?
Yeah, 40.
Okay. Yeah, I think we said this before with your running, and you've done the half marathon. No problem with that. The art for you is going to be putting them all together.
Well, I was just going to say that actually, like ranking these all individually, but actually all together is a very different thing. Because I know I can do that.
Yeah, but this is your training and where you're at now. That's why, longer swims than 1,500 would be better, but getting there is better. And longer bike rides doing your 60 is great. I guess your coach has some brick sessions planned as well. So you get off the bike after 40 and do a 5K run or something like that. Will all help. Then you're going to be green to go. I mean, the target is to get to that end of that line race day, right? Not too far before.
Yeah.
Well, even if you're around here, that's fine, isn't it? Like here,
yeah,
at least on the bike here, we know she can do it.
yeah,
So the swim is the only one where I would say we're not 100% sure yet if it's possible. Like once you start moving into this territory,
Yeah.
then you're fine to complete.
Yeah.
but in a month's time, we'd expect that to be
Yeah.
one way or the
100%.
other.
Yeah. 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 Well, yeah. We'll either be back in the red or we'll be going
Yeah.
into the green.
All
Tune
right.
in to find out.
What about the run?
Well, the run's been interesting actually. Dad, I don't know how you've been after the half marathon, but I think I said before, like, I haven't been enjoying my runs. And I went out yesterday and I was like, oh, I don't know. It also was on like not a road, so like a bit bumpy terrain. And it was so tough. And then I looked and I think it's like one of the second quickest 5Ks I've done. But mentally actually struggling quite a lot with the runs, but like, yeah, I'm okay, I can do it. I don't know if I can do it after all of that, but I know I can do it.
Well, it's 10K, isn't it, compared to half?
Yeah. I would actually say, if anything, the run has gone down a bit for me compared to the others.
A bit
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
You always seem to get your second fastest 5K.
Well, it didn't say it actually, but I think it's because my first 5K was my fastest one. It's false.
You can
But
remove that.
it was very fast for me. Wait.
I feel there's a 5K time trial coming up.
Yeah, I think we have to. That pacing was 6:54 per kilometer. I'm never in the sixes.
Okay. But you're not far off, right? Some of the runs that you've done.
Yeah. I think it's because I was
Like
running
when
away
we
from
did
the bear
Oh, that was today, was the 6:54.
yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think the mental is? Why aren't you enjoying the run? Is it because there's no goal? Or
Yeah, I
there's
think
not like a big goal?
it's not a challenge. Like the swimming for me is a challenge. I'm seeing improvements. The bike is something different, but the run, like,
It's just tick it over.
yeah, it's just to keep it going. So yeah,
Is it one a week?
yeah.
Maybe that's not enough.
I was thinking that.
Doing intervals and a longer run or something.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Especially in Croatia, a nice scenic run on.
Yeah.
But yeah, then you might see some improvements in your time. Do some intervals, might see some improvements that might be.
Yeah, and I think I might start enjoying it more as well if I have the different sessions.
But is that just if we had a session one that you're skipping, or
Depends.
depends? Yeah.
We had it a couple of times, didn't we? If you can't swim because you're traveling or what have you, you can run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to the UK at the weekend, and I was thinking, how long is the Channel crossing? 35 minutes. How long's the carriage? Can I do that on the train?
Oh, that
And
would be good.
if not, I might do my dynamic. Well, it could confuse the hell out of the watch, right?
Yeah, you're going forwards or backwards.
Yeah, or both.
You'd get record time.
Yeah. Or maybe I do dynamic triathlete, depending on, sometimes there's plenty of space behind you.
Yeah. What are you doing down there?
I'm thinking.
Yeah.
But I'd come down a bit. I think you've got the run even after both of those. It's not a problem. But yeah, I think before I was like, you've got the run, good, easy, can set a good time. But yeah, I think you're losing that probably a little bit. But
Yeah.
I think that's also good because it was really out of balance. Like if this comes down to here, but the other ones are coming up, then all three in this zone, you'll be good. So
Mm-hmm.
Papa Woo.
Probably in between or around about the same, yeah. In between you two.
Not down there.
Like Alex
Right.
says, I don't think if you're doing double swim, I don't think there's any harm in it, but keep at it. If you're doing less than one a week, I think that's going to be harmful. 1 or 2 a week, even if they're not, only 5s is probably going to be fine.
Well,
It's the consistency.
yeah, and that's the other thing. I'm not even doing the running distance yet, actually, because I just haven't been able. Like, I tried the other run I did, and that was meant to be an 8K, and I gave up after. Oh, that's the one I was like really suffering in the sun, and I ended up doing like 5K instead. So will be interesting to see.
Well, not this month, but is your run club still a thing?
Yeah, but to be fair, I haven't been to that for a while because been away and so on. Maybe that's part of it, actually. The motivation.
Put the fun back in it.
Yeah.
Get those psychos getting you running up mountains or what have you.
Oh, one of them's just signed up for a half marathon in September, and so I was like, I'm glad someone else will be training in the heat as well.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's what you need, your people back.
Yeah.
All right, nice. I think it's quite cool to see the progress.
It's good, actually.
Wonder if we should do it. Well, maybe not. Yeah, every 2 weeks might be too much, but we'll at least put another one in for a month's time, roughly.
Yeah. Well, the plan is like I have 4 weeks, maybe every 4-week plan.
Block, yeah.
Oh,
then we move over here.
What's this?
This is 5150 Kanaka Heist race plan for Rocket Rebecca.
Rocket. Did you see I took the rocket out of my name this week?
What, here in the chat?
Yeah.
No, I didn't see that.
Just Rebecca this week.
She's just Rebecca. And this can be the race plan, but no, we don't. We're making the plan for Rocket Rebecca. So we'll do a similar thing. We'll put you on the bar, except this time the faster you are, the better. So the more on the left, the better. And on the right is the cutoff time. So you have your cutoff, or at least the cutoff from last year. And so what we want from you, you said your swim was 3 minutes per 100.
Yeah. At the end of my session, that was.
Okay, but that puts you almost in the danger zone, I would say.
Yeah, it does.
And then we have some calculators.
Yeah, because they don't allow time for transition, right?
No. Yeah, so those times there. So the cumulative builds up there. So 4:30 is the overall time. And that would be the pace. So if you took 4 minutes for the 100 meters, you would take 1 hour, which means you would have to do the bike. Well, means you would need 0 minutes in transition, and then do the bike in 17.8K, and then do the run in 7:30. That would get you finishing at 4:30 without any transition time. So you'd actually have to be a bit faster than both of those.
Great.
But that's, I mean, this kind of...
You already are. You've already got 15 minutes there, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I'm not doing the full distance yet.
Yeah, you'll be.
Yeah, but in general, yeah. If you're not heavy breathing and you're doing 40 lengths in a row, then you can push it up. But let's do this. So you're doing 1500. No, we want to do it the other way.
But you can do that. Make it 45 swim time, and it'll come down to your 3 minutes. It's easy to work out because even I did it.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So 3 minutes per 100. That puts you at 45 minutes. Dad, do you remember your first transition times?
Remember? No.
Could he bring up his
Or have an idea?
Yeah, I can go and have a look.
Okay.
Oh, I looked at this recently.
But wait, so is that 45 minutes for the full distance.
Yeah,
Okay.
because that's 1500.
But is this really stupid? But how does that make sense? Because
For 4 to 7 minutes.
Okay. Go, Rebecca.
Because I'm doing 45-minute swimming sessions now, and I'm not doing 1,500 meters.
Yeah, but as you said, you're doing 45 minutes in the pool, but that includes your like 4 lengths here and there with breaststroke and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, true.
Faffing and fluffing and backstroke
that's
flapping
how it
and
adds.
flirting and
I'm not. I don't be flirting.
Pecking.
yeah.
So we'll give you 7 minutes because that one should be longer because of like wetsuit and stuff like that.
It's bloody hard to tell because it depends on the course and the distances and stuff like that and the number of people there. But
yeah, roughly.
West Friesland for me was 12 minutes.
That was quite a long run, wasn't it?
Yeah. So I've got 12 minutes. Eisden 4 minutes. Iron Lakes 7 minutes. West Friesland 9 minutes.
Okay. We'll stay with 7 for now. We can see what it adds up to and if you need to be quicker or if you have more time. Your last bike ride, you're saying you're averaging 20k, right? 20k's an hour.
Yeah.
Which would put you at 2 hours. 21, yeah, a bit over. But after the swim and stuff, and I think you're there.
2 hours. Is
Yeah.
that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Transition to Dad, do you have that to hand? Should be a bit quicker, maybe quick, 4 or 5, yeah. Because you'll be cycling in your shoes as well.
Yeah.
3 or 4. 3 or 4.
4.
Up to 7 for open legs.
So that puts you at
3:12 Eisden Olympic.
2:55. And your run? The last couple, we can read them out.
Well, the last one was 6:54.
Yeah.
The one before, let me see. That was a really bad one. I don't know what's happened. I don't know. 7:31. That's more like my time.
Okay, so that would be the 1 hour 15 because it's 10k run, right?
Yeah.
So 7:30 minutes per kilometer is 1 hour 15.
Oh my god!
But that's fine. That's not your cutoff, right? That's your cutoff if you're taking 3 hours 15 on the bike and 1 hour on the swim. But you're not like you've gained. You'd have an hour and 25 minutes to do that. Let's see what that is.
What would I be doing it in with 7:30 pace?
Hold on. In 1 hour 25, you would have to run at 8 minute 30 per kilometer.
Yeah, that's quite a bit slow. And
wait, did you ask for 7:35?
Yeah.
Or 30?
Well,
7:30 is there. That's 1 hour 15.
Okay.
So
that's got to be your target.
Yeah.
7:35. You gain. It's a minute difference. So that we're saying that's the target.
Yeah.
Well, it can be. Yeah, it can be slower. you've gained time by then. But let's add that in and see what it does.
So what's the times in brackets on the left?
If you take 1 hour in the swim, then you have to do, well, let's put this a bit lower to account for transitions.
That's your cut-off times.
Yeah. If you take the full hour here, you have 2 hours 10 to complete that.
Mm-hmm.
If you then take 2 hours 10 here, you have 1 hour 10 to do the run.
And currently, so with the bike, for example, I'm currently doing it in 2 hours. So I have 10 minutes carried over.
Yeah, if you look at those times on the right, that's your cumulative, including transition. So this gets us to 3 or 4. Plus 5 is 3, plus 10. This would get you to 4:10.
20 minutes before cut-off.
20 minutes to spare.
Loads of time.
Easy peasy. So we'll put this as your backup time.
Current time.
And then what I like to do is half it for your target. I don't know. I think that's like, actually, I wouldn't do that. I would do, like, take the sensible approach.
Nah.
I think anything, if you hit that, great. If you're faster than that, then you've absolutely smashed it. If you hit that, also good.
But then there should be one above that, which is like aspirational, that should begin with a lower number.
Begin, not begin.
Yeah.
We can't be having
What
a free.
for?
Yeah.
I would say
But where does that come from?
Well, that could be 59. I think on the bike, I think you've got 5 or 10 minutes to get on the bike there. 20
we
kilometers
can
an hour,
see like 22.
that's my average cycling to work on an old donkey bike with a bloody laptop lunch and
And to be fair, that is
elevation.
Like, it's a leisurely bike. It's not like racing.
So I reckon you can get that down. So I reckon if you get into 3 something, you've smashed it.
I think 4. I'm happy to put 4.
No, but that's your 3 you've got there. You've already got your target 4:10. You can't have another one in 4. No.
Yes, you can. You can have 4:00.
No.
Look at that.
You definitely can't have 4:00. Then it has to be 3:59:59. You cannot have
but just look how it comes. So you at the moment with 20k on the bike, you're doing 2 hours.
Yeah.
You said your last was 21.
Yeah.
That gives you 150. That gives you the 10 minutes of the difference there.
Yeah, but go back to the bike calc. Yeah, see, that's 21.82. That's bullschlacker. That should be 25.
22. 25.
25.
You can do 25 easy.
It's a closed course.
Flat.
What's 23? There, let's go 144. So what, you get 16 minutes. So you're at 3:54.
No, we can put 3:59:59 if Dad insists.
It's got to be 3. What? I'll buy you a present if you get 3.
Ooh. What present?
Ironman 5150 rucksack.
No, you get entry to a 70.3.
Well, then I'm not going for free. I'll tell you that.
Well, no, because if it's higher than that, then it's a full Ironman.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, something from the Ironman goodie shop, the merchandise.
Gosh.
If you get sub 4.
That's pretty decent.
I reckon.
How do you feel looking at that?
What did you say, Dad?
I reckon the swim. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. That's going to be a challenging one to massively improve that. The bike, yeah, I reckon you'll do better than 22, and I reckon you'll do faster on the run as well. I reckon the day will get you. You'll be excited and pumped.
That's
and
true.
It's flat, and I think you'll get carried away. It's only 10K, right?
Yeah.
And you've done a half marathon. I think you'll go, oh my god, I'm doing this.
It's the last bit, going for it.
Yeah.
I wonder if I can see my splits for the marathon, half marathon.
But this 3:59:59
depends on
where you are here.
Yeah.
Like if we dilly-dally for the next 93 days,
we're not dilly-dallying.
Then we're looking more at this.
Yeah.
The less you dilly-dally, the higher up you go, right?
I need to print this, don't I?
Yeah. Look at you caught on the finish line.
Yeah.
No, this is bullshit.
Why?
Here he goes.
I understand the calculations and computations. This is half of a 70.3, which I do in 7 hours.
Yeah. What's your point?
Yeah,
I
but
think
you
you
on
know
the
my
bike,
point. That's why you both went quiet.
No, I think you make a massive difference on the bike. You're above 30 kilometers an hour on the bike. I don't think you can just whip that out. That takes training.
Are you saying I'll whip it out on the bike?
I don't know what you do on the bike. I wouldn't be surprised if you're whipping it out at those speeds.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't get to 30 k's an hour average on the bike in 90 days, do you?
Especially not if you're on the bike.
Once a week.
The half marathon I did in 7:20. My average pace.
Oh.
Does that
So this
buy
should
me?
be
What does that
this
buy
should
me?
be 7:20 then. So that puts you at 1:13. You got another 2 minutes there.
Yes.
So this one, the 4:10, would be
4:08.
4:08 actually.
Okay. Then my 3:59:59 can still stay.
No, that's gone down to 3:09:59.
That's not how it works.
Yeah.
Take 2 minutes off one. Oh, that's 50 minutes there.
This is how you get depressed on race day.
Take the 2 off. Yeah.
No, that's okay, and we can see how. I think it's very interesting to do the scale and then come back to the times as well and like see the progression. Well,
you did say at the beginning, you were worried about the cutoff. Now you shouldn't be worried about the cutoff, right?
Well, I think I'll say in the next episode because a lot depends, but it's close.
No, this is not. You got 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's close.
Nah, you're fine.
No. What you don't want to do is what one guy did for Escape from Alcatraz. Never managed to swim for something like 10 years. So he never, and they cut off, so he never even started the bike ride. And I think 1 year he started the bike ride and had an accident. That was the last time.
Yeah. Just makes it more real, doesn't it?
But I've not seen people miss cutoff. Have you, Alex? I suppose we're busy racing. We don't watch, but I've seen people retired, hurt, or what you have actually where they've told them no more.
When I've been spectating, yeah. Mostly from the swim, I think.
What is the cutoff for the swim? 1 hour?
Yeah, which is 4 minutes per 100.
That does concern me currently, because what we haven't taken into account is the few minutes to acclimatise at the start.
You don't do that. It's not a few minutes. That's 10 seconds.
Could be a few minutes.
Feels like an hour, but yeah, it's not.
I'm already at 52 minutes. Let's say it does take me 2 minutes, and then I go a bit wobbly because I actually haven't done any sighting. That's another 2 minutes, and we're cutting it close there.
Yeah, no, we're not changing it now. You've got time to work on that sharp.
Is that is that cut off like coming out of the water or into coming out of transition?
It changes, but it's gonna be like if you're 59 going into transition, you're fine. If you're still in the water and an hour's gone, then I think you're out.
Okay, so out the water in 1 hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's hard for them to implement it sometimes with a stage start. Because it's not like, okay, the whistle's gone, it's now 1 hour later, there'll still be loads of people in the water because they haven't started right at the beginning. So that's how sometimes you can get away with it. And you've seen people run across the line over time, and it's not just because of the run, but it's because of that, and they haven't been stopped, and they just say it's not official. So I think a lot of the time it's not official if you're close.
Yeah.
But yeah, I suppose the bottom line is if you're slow out the water, they assume you're not going to make the rest as well.
Yeah.
Or you've had a problem.
And we need to practice jumping next week.
I'm sure there'll be lots of that.
Well, you laugh, but what was I reading that for? I don't know what I was reading, and people were saying like hold on to your goggles because your goggles come dislodged and so on.
Oh, there was a guy in the pool. When did I go? Yesterday. Wetsuit, full wetsuit.
In the pool?
Yeah.
Wow.
He's practicing, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's got a race coming up and he didn't want to do first
couldn't
one.
Get outdoor. He must have been roasted though.
Yeah.
So you can practice your goggles in the pool, jumping in, yeah.
Yeah, well.
And I think we talked about it before. I did have one coach that had my training that was to climb out and jump back in, climb out and jump back in.
Yeah. Bit chilly willy though, isn't it? I like to perch on the side for a few minutes. Ooh. Watch what everyone's doing.
Well, today there's a pontoon that we start from. I just walked out and walked straight into the water and then went, oh, that doesn't feel like 20 degrees.
Yeah. Well, actually, because I started going at the same after my dog walk, I'm starting to see the same people. And I was telling you about the old man last time. He was really kind and nice, and he was there. And I noticed that as I was stood on the side, like, oh, this is cold for a good 4 or 5 minutes. He just jumped straight in, and I was like, oh, that's embarrassing for me.
This is the way to do it. It's the way I do it.
Yeah.
It's the only way to do it. Yeah.
Maybe I'll try. Maybe after Croatia, when I get back, I'll just try jumping in.
Well, after you've been in the nice tropical waters, yeah.
Yeah, but
the water's cold there.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, sea water is cold normally.
That'll be fun.
That'll make you swim faster.
Yeah, it warms you up.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think it's good. Those numbers also give you targets in training now. You know what you have to hit. So as you start doing, like your intervals obviously have to be fast. Like running intervals have to be faster than 7:30.
Yeah.
But your longer, slower runs, if you're hitting 7:30 and you're comfortable, you know you're in good shape for the race.
Yeah. Actually, can you take
on the bike on your watch? Do you see your speed sometimes?
I wasn't really looking, but I could.
Because that would be worth looking at.
Yeah.
Because then you get an idea of how fast that is and how much effort it is. Like check your heart rate at that speed and see what it's doing.
Is there any elevation on the course? Does it say?
It's pretty flat. The only thing could be wind.
Because I did on the bike. I did 256 meters elevation.
Yeah, it's going to be nothing like that.
Oh, good. That's all right then. Did you see that cycle I did? Look at all those awards I've got. That's almost every bit. PR.
That was the first time you did the route, right?
No, it's the second time.
She's in PR City.
Well, not for my, maybe for my 5Ks, but not really for my 5Ks.
We might practice transitions next week as well.
Good, I'm ready.
Pull to bike to run.
Yeah. I didn't bring a tri-C.
No, that's fine.
No.
We'll do it like the Olympic distance people. You just go in your swimsuit.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh yeah, swimsuit, dry your feet, socks and shoes on. That will be you on the bike anyway. We'll put a helmet on you. Off you go.
If you trot.
And then you cycle for 15 meters and then into transition.
Yep.
Helmet off, rack the bike, and then sprint off into the distance.
Yep.
Because that 3:59 will be looming. I'm going to work out. Oh, this is going to be fun. As I'm standing in transition 2 watching you, I'm going to see what work out as you get in what your time is and what pace you need to hit to get under 4 hours.
For the run.
And I'll be screaming that pace at you.
Faster! Gosh. If I get that far.
Of course you get that far.
If we get that far, we're all right.
It's a shame Ben wasn't here to see what his speeds were going to be. Yeah.
Can we see? He hasn't even been for a run, has he?
No. And he's only done indoor biking. Well, I know his bike is much faster. He averaged 30 at the Ironman or 27, 28 at least.
Well, and also, I can't even see where it is on his. Do you see it on the indoor bike or no?
Yeah, but that's very, I would say, not accurate.
What was I going to say?
Watching a movie.
But yeah, to see his time. We should just ask him what he's aiming for.
His time.
Yeah, because he'll say like, he'll say a time, and then he'll hear my time and be like, then he's gonna start training more.
Well, it depends. If he already says something like 3 hours, then maybe not.
He's not doing it in 3 hours, is he?
What would that take? I have to work it out, but it doesn't sound too far away. I can't remember. Oh, what? I can have a look at my Olympic from Open Lakes.
I've got many bottles to try when I get back.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to Pepperwee.
You've got a bloody pump that's waiting to be collected as well.
From Christmas.
No. It was delivered, I think, the day, or they tried to deliver it the day after the bottles, and it's now awaiting collection.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you're naughty. I'm not.
You didn't.
Well,
you
I haven't what?
You haven't got a notification or anything for that, no?
No, nothing.
Probably going to get returned or something.
Oh no. Well, depending where it is, I could maybe ask someone to go and get it for me.
Well, I don't know if they can they?
Yeah, I don't really care about that, I don't think.
It's Spain.
Yeah. Because if it gets returned, that's even more of a pain in the ass, no?
I don't know. Well, no, I'll just get it sent again.
Get the money back. Yeah.
Held for pickup at carrier location.
Carrier location?
Yeah.
Alex?
Open Lakes Olympic Distance Triathlon, 17th of the 9th, 2023. I did it in 2:49:27.
So he will be going for around 3.
Yeah. My run was not very good back then. My comment was pretty happy with that, especially the bike leg, where I definitely pushed too hard, which meant a tough run.
Oh, there you go.
I remember saying that to Dad, this is going to be a tough run.
So, let's see.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I have a question for you. On the 28th of June, it's Try for Try Day.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a brick session, or potential brick session, or a trial. What are you planning on doing, or have you thought about it?
I haven't thought about it. Coach?
Actually, yeah, you could use that as a proper test.
Yeah.
I mean, it's supposed to be fun, and we got other people there as well, but it depends who turns up. But yeah, certainly is open water swimming in a race simulation. Whether you want to simulate the race or just do the 3 and see how it goes, and whether you want to do the Olympic distance.
No, not Olympic distance.
No, but maybe like.
Should we go for 4 hours?
Half.
Yeah,
I would-
sprint. Sprint could be interesting.
Yeah, that could. What is that?
Half.
154.
So,
You swim
30
from
kilomet-
Maastricht back to Leuven.
Yeah, it's a 30-kilometer-per-hour cycle, and then 6-minute kilometers on a run. That's why it's called sprint.
go for it, all out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that could be interesting.
Because that would also give you very accurate benchmarks.
Yeah.
So then we could redo the calculations based off of that simulation.
Yeah. 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 I would be interested in trying to do like not just transitions, but actually, yeah, like my own mini race.
Yeah, because then it's fueling and everything as well. You need it on the bike and see how you drink on the bike, where you're going to eat, that kind of thing.
I've not got my bottles.
I'll order you some more.
There's loads of bottles in Belgium for you to use.
Yeah, but mine are special ones.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Yeah, that's very true.
We'll have a think. You already know the location, right? You can send me your, like, where you're thinking of doing the transition, and which way you cycled and which way you ran, so I can already see like a rough route.
Yeah. How far do you want to cycle? 20k?
10 out, 10 back.
Yeah, it's a bit rough. If you look at my one, my first unofficial one, that's where we're going. I've got a friend down there who does swims down there quite a bit, and she said there might be a better place to swim depending on the current and everything else, so we might move, but that's where we did it. That's why we're going there. That's where we did the transition. Now there was a square, kind of square, must have been 5k square, because that's what we run around 4 times, 4 and a bit. So I would probably do the cycle around that.
Yeah.
Because when we went off and had to cross the main road and over a bridge to get onto the canal, and then up and down the canal and back. So if you're only doing your 20k cycle, you
can do 4 times the 5.
Yeah.
It's nicer than we'd have to work out which way to go around. Yeah, but nicer than heading off there. When we were doing 90, it was, but even then it might be quite nice. You can see how far it is, because we went out all the way to the end, almost back out again, and then back all the way back. So it depends where your 20k would take you. But yeah, the first bit wasn't that nice.
Have a look.
Whereas the bit around the field, and then if other people are slower, we're all we're all in the vicinity as well, right? And people, you wouldn't have to cycle with her, and all of our kit and everything's all together. So I think even if we swim in the other place, we might drive up to there to cycle and run around there.
Yeah, then we can look at it as well. If that's the case, that the plan's to drive somewhere else, I can get out the swim early to have her bike waiting. If she's doing the proper simulation, she can bike from there and catch us up
to the next.
Yeah.
So at least you get a good simulation. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Get training for that.
That's the way it goes. And that's what starts to get you remotivated again, right?
Yeah.
Deadlines.
Yeah, well,
performances. They're not races, they're performances.
I should now be next week onto my next block of training.
So next time we could do a review of the whole block, all your tixes and crosses.
We don't need to
tixes and crosses. Well, no, we do.
Many crosses.
Because you still remember you had 93 days. That's still enough time to panic and do something about it.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
But you're getting into the zone now where if you're not panicking and doing something about it soon, then you're not.
Well, yeah. Well, we can, but also, so I only have up to 8 weeks. Then I need a new plan, or we said we were going to repeat it or move on to the next, because that 8 weeks doesn't have any brick sessions.
Yeah.
So well, no, the next 4 weeks. So yeah, next 4 weeks is like carry on as I am, and then we see.
Yeah.
And actually, the bike goes up to 60 kilometers again. So
that's good.
Yeah.
Good if you do it.
Yeah, and I'm just trying to do the disciplines. I'm not actually really doing the distances at all. So I'll try and do that.
Yeah. We'll get there.
Yeah. All
right. Then 93 days until the next time.
Until the next time. Oh.
Until the next, not 93 days.
93 days.
See you next time.
See.